Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Kodash. Second of all, I want to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone, Elder Tahar, and on down to Rule Well. And third of all, I want to give a peace and safety to the hopeful elect out there, the brothers that push this truth, the truth of the King James Bible, and all truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. Alright, so I just want to do a short lesson. I have alone the spirit of Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai allows it to go. And this is pretty much going to be an update on the famine, the upcoming famine. And Lord Woods Brothers can see on the screen. I have this article here from the Zero Hedge, and it says, massive fire destroys commercial egg farm belonging to top U.S. supplier. All right, so the continuation of all these burning downs of these food processing plants here in Babylon the Great and all over the world continue. And there's already a major crisis going on with the inflation and the high, and with the inflation causing the in this inflationary period or whatever, causing the egg prices to jump through the roof, which I'm pretty sure brothers out there have seen. Lessons brothers have done, speaking about the high egg, how high the cost of eggs have gotten, and even in the mainstream media they're talking about it. I think Washington Biden or whatever just they just launched an investigation or whatever about trying to see why is it so high. It's all due to the inflation. All right, and they know why. But yeah, man, things just continue to get worse, man, and it's only going to get worse. So let me read some of this article. It says dozens of food processing plants were destroyed and or damaged last year by accidental fires. After several months of a full moon and mystery fires, right? Because again, this has been going on for some time now. It actually dates back to last year. Well, throughout the last really 2 years, there's been tons of these food processing plants burning down left and right. And it's not by accident. Mysterious fires rapidly rippling through the food industry, and the first major one of the new year was reported by NBC Connecticut on Saturday. More than 100 firefighters battled a massive fire in commercial egg farm in Bosworth. Wow, Bosworth, Connecticut. Wow, man. Um, Damn. All right, that would hit me there, man. Bosworth, which we're in Bosworth, which Bosworth is a chief city in Edom. All right, was a chief city in Edom. Well, still is, because Edom, the land of Edom, still there today. On Saturday afternoon, according to the Epic Times, so like firefighters spent hours extinguishing a 150 foot by 400 foot chicken coop at Hilldale's Farms, which contains about 100,000 chickens. So I'm assuming the chickens died. Hill Farm is one of the largest supplier of chicken eggs in the United States. And I mean, it's not, man, come on, this isn't a coincidence, man. This isn't a coincidence. Egg prices are jumping through the roof, and Biden just came out and said they're investigating. Hold on, let me see if I pull that up. So like here, I just did a simple Google search for White House on the egg prices, and it says remarks by President Biden on the economy and efforts to tackle inflation. Last month, we saw the smallest increase in food prices in almost 2 months, which has driven up the egg prices around the U.S. So yeah, basically I couldn't really find a real good article on it. Let me see. Hold on. We're talking about the Easter egg hunt and all that shit, man. But basically, the White House, they came out and said that they're trying to they're looking into price gouging and all that. See, they're price gouging. They just want to know why egg prices are so high, and they know why. And now you got this. Hold on, I'll pull it back up so that I can. Yes, like it, brothers. And now this begin massive fire destroys commercial eggs from egg farm belonging to top U.S. supplier. So this is a top supplier of eggs. So I'm guessing this is going to drive the prices of eggs up, because it's going to cause a further shortage of eggs. All right, so yeah, man, things just continue to get worse. And then there's also another article speaking about how, hold on, I'm gonna just show the front page of this. Just show you how bad things are, man, in the world right now. You got this one. It's a perfect storm. More Americans can't afford their car payments than during the peak of financial crisis. So people getting their cars repoed left and right. Mm. Now they're talking about raising the Social Security age to at least 75. So you're gonna have 75-year-olds out there still working, trying to get the check. All right. So I mean, yeah, man, things. I mean, this place has no future, man. All right. Morgan Stanley, you can't start worrying about wage inflations. Millions to see food stamp payments decrease after February. Federal agents say due to them not being able to come to an agreement on the debt ceiling. That's one of the things that they can cancel out. Look at this one. Who suddenly updates medications list for nuclear emergencies? The cost of living has become extreme. I did a video on this earlier. The cost of living has become extremely oppressive, and 57% of Americans can't afford, uh, basically can't pay their bills and all of that stuff. So I mean, come on. I mean, if you're walking circumspect, matter of fact, let's get that. If you're walking circumspect, paying attention, man, you can clearly see, all right, that we're in the last days of the last days. All right, the last times of the last times. All right, and it's pretty much over for this place. Mm, let's get second Ezra 9. It's second Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past which I have told thee before, then shalt thou well understand it is the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. All right, so verse 3. Therefore, when there should be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, what you got that going on now? I think in New York they had a big protest. In Memphis they're having a big protest about cop violence. All right, all over the world they're protesting about the cost of energy going up, just everywhere, man. It's going down everywhere. All right, verse 4. Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of these things that the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Verse 5. For like all that is made in the world have a beginning and the end is manifested. Right, the end is manifested. All right, we're in the evil times now. All right, and it's just going to get more evil, but the word evil means bad. All right. The second Ezra chapter 6, verse 22. Matter of fact, let's get 15 first. Matter of fact, yeah, let's read 6 first. Let's read 6. Second Ezra chapter 6, verse 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Right? So I'm just speaking as a man, but more than likely what's going to happen is the prices are going to continue to go up so high. People can't afford it. People are going to resort to stealing. All right, like the CEO of Walmart and Target came out and said, look, if people keep stealing our stuff, we're just going to close the stores down. We're not giving the stuff. We're not just going to give stuff away. All right, give food away. All right, so they're talking about closing stores down. And like the prophecy say, the full storehouses will suddenly be found empty. All right, because they're pricing people out of everything. People can't afford it. What are they going to turn to? They're just going to turn to stealing. It's turn to looting. And that's when society really breaks down. When people start stealing to satisfy their soul, stealing for food. All right, that's when the real animal comes out of people. Stealing for TVs and games and all that. That's one thing. But stealing for food, I mean, that's when things really get ugly, man. All right, that's when things really get ugly. This is Second Ezra chapter 16, verse start read this whole chapter, but just to read right here. Second Ezra chapter 16, verse 17. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? And we're entering those days that our forefather Ezra saw. We're in the beginning phases of those days, and this is going to get worse. Verse 18, the beginning of sorrow and great mourning, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars and power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils, and what shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, verse 19, behold, famine and plagues and tribulation and anguish are set as a scourge for the amendment. But for all these things, they should not turn from their wickedness, nor be any way mindful of the scourge. Right, and our people are still being wicked as hell. They're not changing, not trying to change. So what's gonna happen when all this goes down, man? When this whole thing goes down, all right, you're gonna see the majority of our people suffer, man, in the worst way. All right, and the Most High is not gonna help you. You know, the Most High is gonna be laughing, man. All right, the 2/3 of our people, the unbelieving souls out there, the 2/3 of our people, you deserve whatever you get, man. All right, whatever you get, the Most High has brought. You know, when when the 19 first hit, that should have been a wake up call to you niggas, but it wasn't. All right, for a lot of you, it was a wake up call, but after that, you went right back to sleep. Now the Most High about to put you in permanent, give you so like cause you to take a permanent dirt nap. All right. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash, double honors to my elders and apostles, a great millstone, and peace and safety to you brothers pushing this truth and sincerity. With that, I'm saying shalom.